Turn the camera all the way up. Okay. So, welcome to Outlast. We are gonna play this. Little sketched. Never played this before. I'll do normal. Outlast contains intense violence, gore, graphic sexual contact, and strong language. Please enjoy. You are Miles Upshur, an investigative reporter whose ambition is about to earn him an intimate tour of hell on Earth. Always willing to risk digging into the stories no other journalist would dare to investigate. You will seek out the dark secret at the heart of a massive asylum. Stay alive as long as you can, record everything. You are not a fighter. To navigate the horrors of Mount Massive and expose the truth, your only choices are to run, hide, or die. Okay. September 17th, 2013. You don't know me, have to make this quick, they might be monitoring. I did 2 weeks of software consult at Murkoff Psychiatric Systems facility in Mount Massive. All sorts of NDAs I am very much breaking right now, but seriously, fuck those guys. Terrible things happening there. Don't understand it. Don't believe half the things I saw. Doctors talking about dream therapy going too deep, finding something that had been waiting for them in the mountain. People are being hurt, and Murkoff is making money. It needs to be exposed. Start feeling sick just looking at this place. Mount Massive Asylum shut down amid scandal and government secrecy in 1971. Reopened by Murkoff Psychiatric Systems in 2009 under the guise of a charitable organization. Cell phone reception cut off abruptly a mile out, more like a jammer than lost signal. The Murkoff Corporation has a long track record of disguising profit as charity, but never on American soil. Whatever they thought they could get out of this place has to be big. Finally might be the story that breaks the bastards. What the fuck? Number 174 WPH Billy. I'll bet his name was William. Age 19. Therapy status. Patient claims to have progressed to self-directed lucid dream states. Morphogenic engine activity observed at unprecedented scale. Continuing stage 4 hormone schedule. Spirometry revealed no bronchial accumulation. Hematocrit centrifuge against failed failed to separate erythrocytes, highly worrisome. MRI revealed arrhythmic REM and REM cycle, laughter in interim state. Interview notes. Billy asked about the status of his mother's lawsuit against Murkoff in the asylum. This represents a catastrophic breach in security. Despite Billy's claims that he discovered the truth in the blood dreams of Dr. Traeger, no, the only Traeger on company records, one Richard Traeger, is an executive from MRD. All orderlies and security personnel must be questioned and video security improved to include analytical biometrics. Okay. Interesting. Why are you beep booping? Okay, I just won't go in there then. Ew. What the hell is that? Click. Guess I'm going in here. Not a fan of the ominous music. Proclaim the gospel? Interesting. Oh, good God. Okay. I'm inside, bodies everywhere, blood, burn marks, heads lined up like bottles behind a bar, dead Murkoff scientists hung from the ceiling, their badges say Murkoff Advanced Research Systems. Murkoff's longtime MO has been to profit off the exploitation of supposed charity, fuck the third world, and bankroll another billion. How did Murkoff think they would make money off a building full of crazy people? There's some kind of tactical cop pinned like a pig on a spit. Tells me to get the fuck out, then dies. Would have been a good thing to hear when I could still leave the way I came. I mean, you can. Calm down, buddy. Can you take a breath? Just gonna keep shivering and shaking. Escape the asylum access. Security control to unlock the main doors. Warrant for seizure case. In the matter of this is seizure of Mount Massive Psychiatric Center, Murkoff Psychiatric Systems, Mount Massive Wilderness Area, Country Road 112. Affidavits have been made before the board of directors by Murkoff Hardline Security, who has reason to believe catastrophic security failure of psychiatric center with imminent danger of environment contamination. We are satisfied that the affidavit and testimony established sufficient evidence to require urgent action on the part of MHS and grounds for the issuance of this warrant. You are hereby required to grant MHS full access to all facilities and surrender complete authority to its agents. By acceptance of this document, you and any surviving relatives surrender all claims of litigation against the Murkoff Corp or its subsidiaries for the action of MHS or the circumstances which required their actions, regardless of responsibility. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Interesting. I'm already beat all to hell, picking broken glass out of my scalp. Couple cracks, ribs, nearly killed by a deformed giant. Looks like somebody tried to start his head with a cheese grater. He throws me to a wall and knocks me unconscious. I wake up and some doughy old man with a face like an alcoholic kiddly fiddler in a homemade priest outfit calls me his apostle. Not a job I asked for. There are words scrawled in blood everywhere. I'm getting an ugly feeling in my gut that the priest is writing them, and for my benefit. Interesting. From Helen Granite. Dear Sirs, a full report pending. No immediate action is required on the part of the Murkoff Corporation. The profit potential of Project Wallrider remains staggeringly high. The 4 fatalities contain enough ambiguous data to make any litigation, if evidence is correctly managed, impossible. Project Wallrider remains a dangerous initiative, and there will almost certainly be further casualties. As with the others, however, family and government interest in the patients is so low as to make any chance of legal actions vanishingly unlikely. Violence among patients is increasing as the morphogenic engine therapy gets closer to producing working models, but a combination of physical and chemical restraints has proven sufficiently effective to assure continued control and profit. Respectfully, Helen Granat. So... excuse me. That's what that was. I know I need a security card, but I just checked all the rooms.
Unga boonga.
Oogly boogly.
I was gonna try to crawl across the floor and sneak up behind you.
Huh?
I was gonna try to crawl across the floor and sneak up behind you.
I might have punched you a little bit. It's not scary yet.
It doesn't typically get scary till just a little bit later. More or less eerie than anything.
Huh?
It just gets more eerie, and then the people start chasing you, and that's when it starts getting creepy.
C.O.W. Walker, age 32. Morphogenic engine activity plateaued at roughly 2,000 ppm, unsafe to progress beyond stage 3 hormone schedule. Spirometry revealed light to medium bronchial accumulation. MRI scans consistent with patient's reported dreams. Walker was interviewed in restraints following his self-inflicted mutilations. Restraints have been altered to accommodate his enormous size. Extensive dermal eruptions is consistent with failed morphogenic engine cellular activity. He claims the skin ripped from his forehead allows for a truer way of seeing. Seems to have some boyhood experience with tuatara lizards and their parietal eyes. He has expressed anxiety about his flesh, specifically around his lips and nose. Attending orderly should be advised to watch for further self-mutilation. The mental traumas he sustained while serving in Afghanistan seem to be retarding progression of the ME progress. His predominant fixation, amplified by therapy, is a manic exaggeration of military security protocol. His continuation of both chemical and physical restraints is highly recommended. A crowd of broken women watching a dead channel. Looks like patients. They survived whatever happened here, but nobody's home.
whoever's been doing laundry lately forgot to empty out the lint trap.
I think it was Serenity.
Because it was packed.
Um, Alrighty. Interesting. That totally won't be used later at all. This big fucker is stalking me. Found a patient file for Chris Walker, ex-military police, several tours in Afghanistan. A lot of the blood in this place is on his hands, but not all of it. No. Hypnotic experimentation and research. On Wednesday 10th and Wednesday, February 10th, 1954, hypnotic experimentation and research work was continued in Building 13 of the Mount Massive Preserve in Colorado using the following subjects. Material abridged. A post-hypnotic of the night before, pointed finger you will sleep, it was enacted. Mrs. Jackson and Pierce immediately progressed to a deep hypnotic state with no further suggestion. Miss Pierce was then instructed, having previously expressed a fear of firearms in any fashion, that she would use every method at her disposal to awaken Miss Jackson, now in a deep hypnotic sleep. And failing this, she would pick up a nearby pistol and fire it at Miss Jackson. She was instructed that her rage would be so great that she would not hesitate to kill Jackson for failing to awaken. Miss Pierce carried out these suggestions to the letter, including firing the unloaded pneumatic pistol gun at Jackson, and then proceeding to fall into a deep sleep. After proper suggestions were made, both were awakened and expressed complete amnesia for the entire sequence. Miss Pierce was again handed the gun, which she refused, in an awakened state, to pick up or accept from the operator. She expressed absolute denial that the foregoing sequence had happened. Interesting. Turn on the 2 gas pumps and the main breaker to restart the generator. Goody. Excuse me. Hello. I'm gonna go ahead and quit here. Because I'm just now realizing that I have some stuff to do. So, we'll play this some more in a little bit.